Hello, this is Kyle.
And this is Jake.
And we're back again with more Star Wars. Today we were going to do a top 11. We're going to do top 10, but there's actually 11 Star Wars movies now.
Right.
So we're going to do a top 11 of our favorite Star Wars movies.
Okay.
Least to best.
Least to best.
Ready?
Let's get right into it.
Ready?
Right.
Let's get right into it.
Number 11 is, it's The Last Jedi.
The Last
Shocker.
Jedi.
I know.
Do
shocker.
we even have to explain why it's number 11? On the fact that it craps on everything Star Wars?
We don't have to, but for the sake of the video, let's just pull through, okay?
Okay.
So
what's one good thing about the movie?
one good thing about this movie.
One. Yep. If any.
I actually did love Kylo Ren because he kind of went away from being like Vader, being
Right.
like a baby, like a wannabe Vader,
Mm-hmm.
and I love that because that's not one of my favorite aspects that 7 and 9 did.
Right.
I wanted Kylo Ren. I didn't want to be Darth Vader,
Mm-hmm.
So that was probably what I loved. There's not much, but what I loved most about
All I gotta say is his back. Man, Adam Driver's back has got to be hurting so bad,
right?
From carrying this entire trilogy,
Right.
bro.
Dude, I've told you.
He's the only
countless
one with a
times.
successful arc.
Yes.
Only one with a successful arc.
I've told you countless. If this was Kylo Ren's trilogy and he was the main
Really,
main character.
Right.
This trilogy would be not much better, but it would be better.
It would be better.
Yes.
Out of like the 8 characters, you got Rey, Finn, Poe, Leia, Han, Kylo. You even have like Chewie in there, and
Right.
you have C-3PO, R2-D2. You have all these characters.
Right.
The only arc that's completed is Kylo Ren's.
Yeah.
How crappy of a storybook writer do you have to be to not complete at least 2 or more of the main characters' arcs?
Right.
And
Exactly.
Ray, who's supposed to be the soul of this.
Hold on.
Sorry. Okay.
Hold on.
Okay. You know what? Fine.
Hold on.
All right. I'm holding
So,
on.
what was the one thing, if there's any, that you liked about The Last Jedi?
I like that it ended. I like that it had an ending.
Wait, there's literally nothing?
Nothing. I like Kylo Ren. That's it. And even then,
there's something.
barely. I barely liked
You barely
him.
liked
He
it.
barely pulled this movie through for me to the end.
Yeah. Okay. Well, okay. So, one thing. We have a lot of complaints about this movie.
Okay.
For
And the fact that it's just like
sake of time,
blew up my entire childhood.
pretty much. For sake of time, what's
Yeah.
one thing that you did not like? Just pick one.
The poor character arcs. The fact that it left so many cliffhanging story arcs from episode 7 that didn't carry on into episode 8.
Right.
Ryan Johnson wanted to do his own story that felt like completely ripped
Yeah.
the heart out of Star Wars.
Exactly.
Basically all the disrespect we got from hating on this movie. Just because I don't like a movie doesn't mean I'm a racist, sexist,
Oh yeah.
crazy guy.
Right.
And I just don't like this movie because I just don't like this movie.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
not Star Wars to
It's
me.
just not good.
Complete either all the main characters' arcs or none of them.
And it's not like JJ or Ryan's fault. Like, they were just being their creative selves and directors. It's really Disney's fault for even hiring Ryan Johnson because
It's
because-
it's their fault for hiring crappy directors.
right. Well, not only I'm talking continuity wise. Like, if JJ would have
JJ
directed
written
he wrote all 3 movies.
I don't know why they were gonna have separate directors for every movie. That's gotta be the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
But the original trilogy did it. But what they did was they had George Lucas produce it, which meant that they were following his story.
Yes.
Right?
He was at the helm of the story.
Yes. But for Disney, there was no one.
Basically, it felt like no one.
It felt like
Who was the producer? Was it JJ?
Kathleen Garbage? What was Kennedy?
Kathleen. Kathleen Garbage.
Kathleen Kennedy.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're not gonna get into the
Right.
the Bob Iger getting let go basically
yeah.
from CEO. We'll save that for later video.
But,
Give our thoughts on that.
What I disliked, one thing that I disliked about
If any.
this one movie, if any, was how many times it let us down.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
so, the whole Canto Bite Rose Finn side plot was completely pointless.
It was.
Because they went to Canto Bite, they got caught.
Mhm.
Then all of a sudden they meet this for the They went to Candabite to find the master code breaker.
Mm-hmm.
The only one in the galaxy that can do it. They get caught.
All right, let's talk about this scene. Let's talk about it.
They get caught, and then all of a sudden, oh wait, look at this guy. You're in the same cell as this.
Let's not forget. Let's not forget.
The same thing.
They actually find the guy.
Right.
They actually find him.
Red Plum Bloom.
They go and try to get to him, and then boom.
Yeah.
They get caught by guards for something. Like they park their speeder on a beach.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, if you're trying to be sneaky, maybe don't park the vehicle you use to get there out in the middle of the freaking open.
Right.
What an idiot! Who writes this crap? I'm calming down.
Calm down.
Calming down.
Breathe. Okay, and then they find the master. And then they escape. Yay! They make it into into Snoke's ship, and then boom, they get caught again. Okay, and then they escape. Oh my gosh! And then they start shooting them as they're going to Canto Bight. Oh my gosh! Finn's about to die. No, wait, never mind. Rose saves her.
Who wore better, Finn and Rose, or Jyn Erso? By the way, doing the Imperial uniforms.
It's just, I don't know, man. It was not. It continually let me down, and there was no satisfaction to anything.
Because nothing was completing itself.
Right.
There was no story arc that was being completed at all at any time.
Exactly.
There was no definitive arc completing.
Yeah.
Running. Who has a? My God, dude. Who has a spaceship? Cat and mouse scene.
Yeah, it was the most boring.
You realize that space is 3-dimensional, right? That anything can do anything in space. You can take they're running out of fuel, right? Take your cruisers, go into light speed, since now you can light speed skip, by the way.
Yeah.
So you can just skip. Why not just skip ahead of them and boom, cut them off? They'd have to turn around and just do that until they ran out of gas. They'd go nowhere.
Right.
Or just have half your fleet be on the other half, and so they'd have to turn around and have you guys come closer and surround them. Did anybody think about that?
Okay.
Absolutely not.
We are moving on. Kyle.
Moving on. Just moving on. We'll do a retrospective later something.
We're not a very big fan of The Last Jedi.
No.
Okay. Number 10, would you like to reveal what number 10 is?
Number 10 is Attack of the Clones.
All right. So, Kyle, what did you like about this movie?
There's just sand everywhere.
There's what?
I love how much sand there is in this movie.
Even if it's coarse, rough, irritating, and gets everywhere?
Of course.
What?
I know.
Anyways.
No. I think the coolest thing was when Anakin lost his hand.
Really?
Lost his arm. I thought that was sick. I was like, oh, that's just like Luke Skywalker. When I was a kid, I was like, that's like Luke Skywalker. That whole weird artsy scene with the whole blue and red lightsaber lights going at it. I thought it was a good idea, poorly executed though.
Yeah, I wish they would have actually shown some choreography.
Yeah, some choreography.
Thank you, some choreography.
There you go. It's just English words, Jake. No worries.
Right, it's fine. But okay, so you liked that whole sequence?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I actually thought the fight between him, Obi-Wan, and Anakin were pretty good.
It was
Count Dooku.
Okay, compared to the other two climactic fights in 1 and 3, this one was very bad.
I mean, this one was easily the least good.
Yes,
easily.
But what I loved, I'm gonna be honest here. Okay, what I love about the prequels is Palpatine's rise to power. I love seeing how the one cop out in the third one where Jar Jar just gives him the emergency powers.
Yeah,
that's the only thing where I'm like, oh, you could have thought of something else.
Yeah, but we're working on that story. If you want to see our other podcasts, we're actually working on other stories and working on an actual organic rise to power Palpatine.
Yeah,
where it shows him being a master manipulator, basically.
Yeah. And I really love it because his plan really went not full into effect, but it started to pick up in the second one, and I really loved those Senate scenes. I know a lot of people think they're boring, but I thought they were some of the most interesting scenes in not only the second one but in the prequels themselves. And then come on, Yoda versus Dooku is just awesome.
Dude, there's so many people that don't like that scene, and I don't get it.
Dude, it's okay.
It's Yoda.
I'm speaking in their for them right now.
Mhm.
Okay, for all those people who do not like that fight scene, I'm speaking for you guys. Yoda is the most powerful Force user ever.
So he doesn't need to use a lightsaber?
He doesn't need a lightsaber. Dude does not need a lightsaber. He could have literally picked Dooku up and ripped him in half.
What kind of cinematography is that, though?
I know they couldn't do that.
I mean,
in the scene, but I mean, like, that's why they were upset. Because the climactic fight should have been Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Dooku, and then Dooku probably should have just dipped.
Yeah.
Like that. That's...
Honestly, though...
in the perspective of them. But
I
loved it.
I'd like to change my one good thing. I think one good thing is when Yoda fought Count Dooku.
It was awesome.
Honestly, that was
awesome.
like one of the most badass Jedi fight scenes I like.
Right.
But then again, it's not some of the best.
Yeah, right.
It's really not, but it is definitely better than anything that happened in The Last Jedi.
For sure. So what did you dislike? I think we can both agree the romance.
The romance was horrifying.
And it's not
it
the actors
kind of,
or actresses. No, it's not. It really isn't.
No, hold on. It's not great at all. It's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that kind of goes along with what I don't like, which is the poor writing.
Right.
The writing for this is god-awful, dude.
Yeah.
I mean...
okay, no, in all honesty, if you clean up the dialogue in the prequels, they're pretty good movies.
Yeah, you have a lot to clean up, though.
Because everyone... Well, yeah,
at least in the second and first one. The third one is nowhere near as bad as the second and first one. You can tell they understood their mistakes from the first and second one. They were trying to work on it.
Like, the reason you don't buy the romance in the second one is because of the dialogue. Like, you ruined my very soul. No one says that. Nobody.
Unless you're a psychopath.
Nobody says that.
I slaughtered them like animals. And I don't get why Padme was like, I'm gonna dip. You're crazy. Like, oh, women and children? Oh, that's great. Tell me more while I walk away to the ship and leave.
Exactly. So, yeah, I think, was that what you were thinking of?
Yeah.
Was that your... Okay.
Right. Everything between Anakin and Padme is just horrifying.
Number 9. The number 9 for us would...
Oh, yeah, number 9. Let's move on.
Number 9.
Yeah.
Would be Solo, A Star Wars Story.
Solo, Star Wars. Hold on a sec. Let's get somebody who looks nothing like Harrison Ford.
Hey, don't... Come on. Alden Ehrenreich did great. He did a really good job as Han Solo.
No, he did not.
Yes,
In my opinion, he did not.
I think he did great. I loved Han and Chewie's interaction. That's what I liked about this movie.
That's a good plus.
That.
They have good chemistry.
Yes.
Alan Einrich and the other guy, Jamie Costa. Jamie Costa. I will say this right now. Jamie Costa. Look him up on YouTube. This guy deserves to be Han Solo. He's been doing Han. He's a mix between Robin Williams and Harrison Ford.
I think I've seen a picture of him.
He's got a short movie on YouTube called like Han Solo, like Smuggler's Trade or something like that. Highly recommend watching that video. That guy should have been Han Solo. Here's what pisses me off about the movie. The one thing I don't like about the film, and it's not even have to do with the movie itself, but the people who were casting the film. Okay. They only looked at one audition tape. And this is confirmed throughout a ton of interviews with the people that were making this film. They looked at one audition tape. Out of the 230, 300 plus that they were sent.
Yeah. And
it was Alan Einrichs. They were the first tape they looked at, and then boom, casted him without even looking at anybody else.
Oh, really?
Absolutely true.
Wow.
Absolutely true.
I didn't know that.
That's why I thought it was so disrespectful to everybody else.
Right.
That's one of the things that really made me upset about this movie.
Yeah.
I will say that is my one gripe about just the behind the scenes with this film.
Right. Okay. I did not know that.
Yeah, that's why I don't like it as much.
Gotcha.
So
well, the one part that I liked about it, or the part that I liked about it, was Han and Chewie's interaction. They had really good chemistry. I loved the part when Han was just like, "Guess who just ran the Kessel Run in 12 parsecs?" Then Chewie says something. He's like, "Not if you round down, buddy." Right. Or round up or something like that. But
yeah,
I love that.
Not if you round down.
Yeah.
Not if you round down. Rounding up means you went slower.
It's true. But yeah, I loved their interaction. What I didn't like about it was I didn't like Kira, because I really loved the fact that
I thought she had a lot of potential.
I really loved the fact that Han and Leia were like, that was his first, like that was his first love, like real love, and like this kind of made me like brought the impression.
I feel like I don't think Kira was his love. I think it was more like an attachment. It was his first attachment.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I didn't really like it.
I feel like it was a lot of wasted potential for her character.
It was definitely.
By the way, where was the arc in her character? By the way,
there was no.
There was no arc.
She was just like a damsel.
She was just a pawn.
Right.
She's been a pawn. It's revealed that she's a pawn throughout the entire movie.
Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, it was fun watching it the first time, but it's just I don't know. It's just something about the movie that like doesn't make me want to keep going back and seeing it. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
And it's on Netflix, and I actually rewatched this movie again last week with my.
It's a fun movie.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's fun if you don't think it's a Star Wars movie.
I mean, yeah.
It's a fun if you don't think it's Han Solo. It's a good smuggler movie.
What I also didn't like was how Han got all of his stuff from other people. Like,
Yeah.
he got Han Solo from, like, some random Imperial...
I hated that.
Like,
why, man?
like, he should
I think the best way to make that, or at least the way I always thought of it, is that he works alone, right? He's been working alone forever. So
Yeah.
why not have his nickname be Solo and have it is just the boom,
Right.
Han Solo.
Yeah. Or in that scene, when the Imperial officer is just like, anyone else with you? And he's like, no, I fly solo.
That would have been sweet. See, that would have been so much better.
You
Come
know?
on.
Yeah.
Come on, Disney.
But yeah, that's number 9, Solo: A Star Wars Story. Now,
Yep.
number 8.
Number 8, we've got
Oh, shit.
the Rise of Skywalker.
Rise of Skywalker.
More like the Rise of Palpatine, or the Rise of a wannabe, or the Rise of a tryhard.
Okay. Kyle, tell us what you didn't like about this movie. One thing.
One thing?
One thing.
I am all the Sith, and I, lightsabers, am all the Jedi. The lightning just destroyed multiple ships, and she managed to block it with a lightsaber.
Yeah, she's the most...
And another lightsaber.
Like, if you thought that she was OP in the first 2 movies, like, she's, like... I didn't know
she gets OP out of nowhere.
I didn't know she could get this
nowhere.
OP. Oh, but no, she trained. No,
Hold on a sec. She was trained by Princess Leia. She's not a Jedi Knight, not even a Jedi, not even a Pad. She was barely a Padawan.
Hey, we said one thing, man.
Okay, one thing. There you go.
Okay. What I didn't like about the movie was the pacing of it. And
Oh my gosh, the sheer fucking editing for this movie is so god awful.
It felt like, I don't know, man. It felt very rushed, and it didn't.
For a movie that's 2 hours long,
right?
it rushed. How do you rush
Right? I
a
don't know.
2 hour long movie?
The thing that Endgame, sorry, I'm just kind of switching up. The thing about Avengers Endgame, what they did was they set up the third act, and that's what made it so much, like, so amazing.
I feel
But
like
what they did for this is that they just rushed right into the third act, and when the third act actually happens, it's just like, oh, we've already been here for like the last hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, what? This is nothing new. And I just didn't really like the pacing, and it kind of felt like Damage Control rather than an actual movie. So, but that's mine.
Okay, I will say one thing I liked.
What do you like about it?
One thing I liked, Kylo Ren.
Okay.
He's like I'm just gonna probably say this throughout all of them. The only good thing about this series is Kylo Ren.
I would have to agree.
He has such a great arc from 7 to 9. I mean, he's believable as this character. I mean, I can't honestly say I see him as the son of Han and Leia because he just doesn't look like either of them, if I'm being honest. But you know what? I believe his character. I think it's because of his superior acting chops that he's got.
Definitely.
Compared to everybody
Adam Driver
else.
is amazing. Adam Driver is an amazing actor.
And to be fair, I think all of them are amazing actors. None of this is personal.
Right. No.
None of this is personal to any of those guys. I mean, Charles Boyega.
John Boyega.
John Boyega.
Daisy Ridley.
Daisy Ridley. Adam Driver. All of them, man.
I think they're great.
They're great in their own respective films and their respective movies and stuff. But man, this film
Disney just
toyed
did
with
dirty.
him. They did them way dirty, like George Lucas did in the prequel movies.
Right.
They took great actors with good acting qualities, and they didn't use them at their full.
No.
They didn't use them to their full potential at all.
What I liked about this movie was my favorite scene. I teared up in the theaters first time watching this when Luke lifted up the X-wing. I loved this Luke Skywalker. It was much better.
Yeah.
And I like this. This is how.
Don't you love how he catches the lightsaber?
This
when
was
she's
Luke
about to go in the
Skywalker.
fire?
This is Luke Skywalker that I loved. Don't get me wrong, I loved. And yeah, I loved that whole scene, and I thought it was great because it paid great homage to the scene in Empire Strikes Back, and just I feel like that scene should have been in the 8th one, in all honesty. But that's beside the point. So yeah, number 8 Rise of Skywalker.
Yep.
Now number 7. Number 7 is the Phantom Menace.
Phantom Menace.
Now, okay, I
think the only reason why it's so high on this list, honestly, is because of the lightsaber battle for me.
no man.
For me, it is.
I really enjoy this movie.
Do you really?
I do. I
You
love.
can't honestly say you enjoy this movie.
I think I have a good time watching it because I love Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan's interactions.
No, I will say this: it is better than Rise of Skywalker, Solo, Attack of the Clones, and The Last Jedi. I will agree with that.
Yeah.
I will agree with that.
Right. It's where it's supposed to be on the list.
Exactly.
In our opinion.
In our opinion, yeah.
But I loved what I loved about it was the Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan interactions, and I loved.
I need more Qui-Gon, man.
I know. I wish we. You'll see, guys. You'll see. Anyways.
Yeah.
But I loved, and you could really see when they were fighting and battling at the very end that they were, in sync with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really cool to see. That's what I loved.
It's just the master and apprentice. Just, man, the sheer skill that they took just to not even hit each other with their own lightsabers.
Right.
Like with their each respective lightsabers.
Yeah.
They were just working in tandem with one another.
It was great. What about you?
I think the only thing I can really say I love about this film is, well, I'm going to say like just 2 quick things.
Okay.
The pod racing scene.
Great.
Pod racing scene's freaking amazing.
I love that there was no music during that scene too.
Exactly. It doesn't even feel like there's no music.
Yeah.
That's how pumped up you are in this scene.
Yeah.
And it's so well built around.
It's very well done.
I love the fact that there's just racing.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of racing movies. Anything with racing, Ford v Ferrari, all that stuff. Anything with racing, I'm there. You got my butt in the seat. All right, Fast and Furious movies also, all that. Second thing was the duel between Maul, Qui-Gon, and Obi-Wan. That's got to be some of the best choreographed fight scenes I've ever seen in any movie.
And having 3 invested and professional actors.
Oh yeah.
Do that.
Oh yeah, 3 professional swordsmen.
Yeah.
At least 2.
I mean, Paul Walker.
Ray Parker.
Ray Parker.
There you go, Paul Walker.
Gosh.
No.
Ray Parker. Gosh.
Yeah, Ray Parker is fantastic.
Amazing.
Absolutely fantastic. Qui-Gon Jinn, or Liam Neeson, we already know he's a master swordsman. Mm-hmm. He's had 20 plus years of swords mastery experience.
Yeah.
So, he knows what he's doing.
For sure.
You can definitely tell.
For sure.
In the movie.
Definitely. But what I didn't like, and I think I know what yours is, Jar Jar Binks. Am I correct when I say that?
Yes.
Yeah,
I think that's both of ours.
Yeah,
that's a character that's not necessary at all that they shoved in. No, look, the actor who played as him, I'm sure he's a great guy.
Yeah.
They just miscasted this character so hard.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Why make the character annoying? What makes them think it should be annoying?
Why?
Never have an annoying character.
Never.
Always have characters that you can relate to at least a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. And that kind of ruins the emotional aspect.
And he's a part of the main cast.
Right.
He should be somebody you relate to the most out of all the side characters.
Exactly. Yeah.
But you just don't.
Yeah.
All right, should we move on to the next one?
Let's do it.
Number 6, The Force Awakens.
Okay, now The Force Awakens, I thought was a pretty good.
It's pretty good.
It's good.
Out of all the new trilogy, it's definitely the best, easily. I mean, in all honesty, the movie is well paced. Its action is phenomenal. Hold on, just one sec. I gotta get my one good thing out of the way.
Go ahead.
I love Finn in this movie.
Yeah.
It's all Finn in this movie.
Dude.
I love Kylo. He definitely got a stronger back after the Force Awakens.
Yeah.
But I think Finn and Poe kind of own this movie.
For sure, dude. They get that bromance
Dude, the
type.
bromance is so thick.
Like when they first meet and they're fighting the TIE fighter.
Right. It's like when me and you started talking about Star Wars.
Yeah.
Like Finn, yeah, it's nice to meet you, Finn. Oh man,
FN287.
I'm not gonna call you that. Finn, I'm gonna call you Finn.
I thought it was great. I loved Finn. I loved that Finn and Poe too. But what I personally liked about it, probably the best. Oh jeez.
It's hard to have one good thing to like about this movie.
Right. Oh gosh. Yeah, I'd have to agree with Finn. I'd have to agree because the whole movie you see him. He's like, we all need to run. These guys are gonna tear us to shreds. Like we need to run. We need to get out of here. And at the very end, he grabs the lightsaber. And he goes running against his running towards his fears and
What scene is this?
and at the very end against Kylo.
Oh yeah.
Against Kylo at the very end, like the whole.
Oh man,
the whole movie. He's really just scared.
Oh yeah.
Of the First Order, and he knows that they're intimidating. But instead, by the very end, he learns that he needs to face his fears instead of running away from him. I loved that.
I feel like he had a successful character arc.
Yeah.
In this movie,
And
but he doesn't have a successful overarching arc.
No. But in this movie, because we're talking about this movie solely, I thought Finn was the best part about this movie.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Kylo Ren was also good.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm just gonna say one last thing.
Good.
Kylo Ren was also good. I just didn't. My one thing I didn't like is that he had too many he was just a little unconvincing as an intimidating character. He should have never taken his mask off.
I think his face reveal should have been the Han Solo death scene.
Yeah.
That's when we first see his face.
I think we should have seen his face after he killed Han.
Yeah.
But that's just what I thought.
Yeah.
But what's your one bad thing?
I did not like how fast Rey
developed her force powers. Yeah, that's another thing.
The thing is, she was using these powers and she didn't even believe in the Force 20 minutes ago?
Exactly.
You know?
He will drop your blaster. I will drop my blaster now.
It was just
things like that.
And Daisy really did a good job of acting surprised that she can do this. You know, she did a great job acting wow, I'm using these abilities that I never thought possible kind of thing. But still, it just was too quick, and I don't think there should have been a deciding winner at the end of the duel at the very end. I think sure, nobody killed the other person, but we all knew that Rey was the winner of that fight.
Yeah, Rey would have. Yeah. I feel like they each should have taken blows.
Right, exactly. But that was probably...
If she lost a hand, that would be sweet.
I mean,
knock her down a peg or two. But man, she is damn near invincible in this whole entire series.
So that was just how quickly she became so sensitive and so in tune with the Force, I should say, when she didn't even believe in it or know about it 30 minutes before. So yeah,
I think that's what I don't like, because they try to make her the new Luke Skywalker, right? Farm girl. Living on her own, scavenger, Jakku, which is like Tatooine. And honestly, I think the reason why I couldn't get behind her character is because she was just she just didn't really believe in the Force, man. Right. And Luke was infatuated with the Jedi.
Yeah. He had the rebel ships, you know.
Yeah, he was playing with the toys
at age 20.
Yeah, 20. That's like if we right now went downstairs and started playing with my Star Wars toys.
No,
yeah,
but the thing that what they did with Luke is that they didn't show too much. You know that little mini training scene with the bot. And they just showed a little bit that Luke was.
If anything, they didn't show hardly anything with Rey. They showed her wearing that Rogue Squadron helmet. And that little Luke Skywalker action figure doll thing.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, how?
That's it, though.
How?
That's it, though. So, yeah, that was...
I mean, she believes that she likes... It's not even, actually hinted that that's actually Luke and his helmet, or that's Luke, the action figure. That could be just
Just something.
Just something.
Maybe... I see that she's not a fan of the Rebels, but she's a fan of, wanting to get out of Jakku and make a name for herself.
Yeah, but she's always that's
why she has that.
She's been grounded though. She's waiting for her parents to come back.
True.
So, sorry, there's a bus. Waiting for that to go away. Alright, we're back.
So, that's...
Jesus,
Oh,
dude.
come on, man. Come on.
We should probably cut this out.
Yeah.
No, I'm just gonna leave it in.
So that's number 6, The Force Awakens. And
Yep.
number 5, what's number 5?
Number 5, let's see what we got here. We got Revenge of the Sith.
Dude, I love this movie.
Yeah, I love this movie too.
This is a great movie.
Honestly, the only thing that saves this entire film is the final act of the movie.
I disagree, man.
Really?
I really do. I really disagree.
Okay.
I liked Anakin's turn, but hold on. I liked his turn, but I didn't like how quickly he turned from like,
Oh, right. I hear that.
This guy's gonna help me save my wife, so I'm gonna go kill a bunch of younglings.
Yeah, it turned from he needs to stand trial to Master Skywalker, what are we gonna do? Ignites blade, kills children.
Yeah, it's just it was too quick, and I think they rushed it a little bit because they never really explored Anakin's turn in 1 or 2,
Right.
even, you know, like we saw no Vader in 1 and 2.
I mean,
You know?
it's true. We did see a
I mean,
darker version of Anakin in part 2 when he was all like trying to kill the Sand People and stuff.
Yeah, but
it didn't even show anything.
no,
It was one and done. It was like boom, as quick as it started, it ended.
Yeah.
You saw him get angry once. Every Jedi gets angry once.
Yeah.
What makes this guy so special?
exactly. So that's what would you agree that that's what you also dislike, or is there something else that you were thinking of?
The only thing I dislike is probably. Yeah, that's probably
Or
it.
the turn?
Probably the turn.
Yeah.
Turn is just way too quick. It's unbelievable. I mean, I think the only good acting in this entire film for me is the fight between Obi-Wan and Anakin.
That's great, man.
There's so much raw
In the entire
emotion.
prequels, Ewan McGregor just soars above everybody
Oh, man.
else.
Ewan McGregor, dude,
Probably the best.
same as Kylo.
Probably the best casting in
For-
a movie. Like, not just a Star Wars, but in a movie.
Oh yeah, perfect.
Perfect.
Ewan McGregor, dude, not gonna lie, if you were here right now, I'd give you like a firm handshake.
Right? Yeah.
Saying good job, thank you for giving me a damn good childhood, dude.
Yeah, no kidding.
Thank you for supplying me with a dozen action figures that I always played with growing up. So
What I loved about this movie was that it was different. I loved that, you know, it was. I'm a huge fan of movies where the hero loses. Because it's new. It's like you don't see that in movies, and it's interesting.
Right.
You know? And you grew up like playing with Jedi action figures, you know, and you like with Luke Skywalker, and you love the Jedi, and you realize you just go see this movie like, whoa, the Jedi were
Lost.
responsible.
yeah,
They lost, but they were also responsible for their own demise.
right,
You know,
right.
and it just like it kind of hits you in like a good way for me, I guess.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
think I know what you're trying to say is that it takes the formula of your typical hero movie and it turns it on its head in a
Right.
way that really makes you start to feel for the characters.
Exactly.
I mean, Obi-Wan won that fight. He won. But at what cost?
Right.
The price of a brother.
Exactly.
The price of a friend. I mean, that's everything to some people.
Right.
And for Obi-Wan, for not having anything, and he's a Jedi, the only thing he could really clung to was Anakin.
Exactly.
That's why I said, like, you were the chosen one, Anakin. Like, I loved you.
Yeah.
You were like a brother to me.
Right.
Which is crazy because if you think about it, Jedi, it's forbidden for Jedi to have an attachment.
Yeah.
It's forbidden for a Jedi to love anything. And to hear Ewan McGregor, or to hear Obi-Wan say to Anakin, like, I loved you like a brother, that's him basically saying that even though that I know I shouldn't, I've grown attached to you.
Yeah.
You're my family.
Yeah, dude.
We're not supposed to have family, but you're my family. I don't give a crap what anyone says.
Right.
That's when I was like,
Family's family, you know.
I'm dang near cried, and I'm, 22 years old? I dang near cried watching that again, dude.
Man. Yeah, I love their interactions. I love their interactions with each other. You can really feel like they're brothers.
Honestly, I can talk about good things about this movie probably like for a long time.
Yeah, and I could. There's definitely some mistakes.
There's
and
some
bad
mistakes,
things.
but it's an overall fairly good Star Wars movie.
For sure.
I think definitely encapsulates a lot of Star Wars qualities in it,
Definitely.
especially in the last like lightsaber fight scene, which probably, by the way, is probably like the best lightsaber fight scene in the prequels. In the prequels, that's just my opinion.
Okay.
You don't have to agree with me. That's just my opinion.
I would say Duel of the Fates. Sorry. Yeah, the Duel of the Fates lightsaber battle.
Yeah.
And in the Phantom Menace.
Sorry, that's my cat. Lexi, get out of here. No, shh, go.
Edit this out too.
That's my cat. My bad. Yeah, she's not going away. Hopefully, she stops talking though.
All right. So, fifth. That's number 5. Revenge of the Sith. Now number 4 is Return of the Jedi.
Okay, this is where me and Jake have our 4th and 5th movie flip flopped. So
No, third and fourth.
Sorry, 3rd and 4th movie flip flopped.
Yeah.
So tell them why you think it's number 4.
So for me, I loved Return of the Jedi. Don't get me wrong; it's a great movie. Seeing from Luke from a farm boy, nothing, wanting more to a freaking Jedi master. Awesome arc. What I hated about this freaking movie so flipping freaking much. Sorry for the language, but
Jake, mind your language,
sorry.
bro.
But the Ewoks, dude, golly, I hate them so much. I
don't think they're necessarily the worst.
They are the worst. And you want to know why they're the worst?
Tell me
They'd be
why.
fine. It'd be okay. I'd be fine. But stormtroopers have armor, literal armor on their bodies, and they're getting killed with what, rocks with like paws the size of like a pebble. What? Like that makes
True.
zero sense. They're
That's
getting
right.
stabbed with how? How are they getting stabbed with like these arrowheads that are like as sharp as an unsharpened pencil? I could come up with a better analogy, but I'm just going off right now. But the thing is it just bugs me, man. And the Battle of Endor sucks. It doesn't suck, but it's bad. It's not bad, but it's not great. Okay.
Are you okay, man?
I just don't like it. I don't like it at all. And if it was Kashyyyk, if it was Wookiees, dude, this would be number 2. Easily number 2. Don't get me wrong. Love this movie. Love the Luke storyline in this movie.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Great storyline. But just the Han and Leia and the Ewoks, gosh, I just hate it. And it just it takes me out of the emotion of Luke's storyline. Takes me out of it, you know? So,
I see that. I can understand that.
yeah.
Do you want to know what my number 4 is?
God.
A New Hope.
Yeah.
My number 4 is A New Hope. You want to know why?
Why's that?
It's just too slow for me, man. It's just too damn slow. I'm sorry. I love the script and I love everything it's about. Hell, I even love the freaking replica X-wing fighters in space battle. Like that crap holds up today,
Awesome.
and it looks fantastic.
It's amazing.
But man, is that the slowest burning candle in all of Star Wars?
I disagree. I see where you're coming from.
I take it back. The Last Jedi is probably the slowest burn. It fizzles out into nothing.
I see where you're coming from, though.
It just the exposition is so thick in Episode 4. I'm the kind of guy that needs more like action than I do exposition. That's probably why we're not eye to eye on this one.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So as much as you like story, because you're like the kind of guy that likes
I love story, man.
story and all that
character
plot
action
and
and all that
stuff.
stuff.
And sometimes I just really need action.
Gotcha.
I need a first sequence of action, second and third. I need action at least once every part. Once every part,
Gotcha.
excluding some movies.
Right. And I'm fine with that too, but it's just like if it's not in there, I'm good too. You know what I'm saying? It's just like. But what I love about The New Hope, I actually loved The New Hope more when the prequels came out and when I watched it, because the continuity of it, that Obi-Wan and Luke talking to each other, in Obi-Wan's little hut, just like how it was basically like you could see Ewan McGregor's face like his facial expressions, like literally, like it was painfully. Not Ewan McGregor, Alec
McGuinness.
Alec Guinness, and it was
He's
great.
What a legend, though.
And
what a legend that they got Alec McGuinness.
I love origin stories, and I love that George Lucas got actors that were nobodies, just this kind of like set their careers off.
Basically, yeah.
And I don't know, man. I love that. I love the beginning. I really do. I love C-3PO and R2-D2. I love the beginning.
That's actually
I think it's great.
You want to know something?
What's that?
This is the part I don't like the most.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
I don't like that whole opening scene. I think the only cool part about that opening scene is Darth Vader. I think you should have started with that attack on the blockade
Well, that's
scene.
not supposed to be cool. Remember, this is an origin. You're introducing these characters. It doesn't have to be cool.
I know, man. I'm sorry. It's
all
just
right.
not for me.
No, I'm not like
It's high at least on this.
Right.
On this, but our other ones explain why I like them so much,
Right.
and it goes along with the way I think. But,
So number 4 for me, Return of the Jedi. Number 4 for number 4 for
number 3. We're on number 3 now.
No. I'm just saying. Number 4 for Return of the Jedi for me. Number 4 for you is A New Hope.
Is A New Hope, yeah.
Yeah.
That's our number 4 difference.
Yes.
So.
And then a number 3 for number 3, you put A New Hope.
For you, Jake,
For
right?
me. And then
Okay.
you'd put
Mine's Return of the Jedi.
Return of the Jedi. So both of our
Yeah,
lists,
it's just flip flop.
Just flip.
Just flip flop.
So on to number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Now this may shock.
Well, I want to say one thing. I'm sorry.
What's up?
One thing about the Return of the Jedi that I absolutely loved
Okay.
is that the climactic fight scene between Luke and Vader.
Dude.
Talk about emotion in a lightsaber fight. There was no fancy footwork. There was no fancy lightsaber swooshing noises.
No, man.
No, that's some gritty ass lightsaber fighting.
Yeah.
This is the fight for the galaxy,
I love
and
it.
you can feel it.
I loved it, man.
You can feel it. That shot of Luke
The tracking shot as it's
with the red on his one side of his face and the blue on the other side of his face, as he's trying to figure out how he's trying to basically just like recuperate from himself. He's getting too caught up in the emotions, and boom, Vader's like, twin sister. So you've revealed to me that you have a twin sister. Maybe she could turn too. And then that's when boom, Luke snapped. Never. And then, oh man, that lightsaber duel.
It's great. The thing is, it doesn't look choreographed. It literally looks like Luke is just angry and he's just swinging his blade.
This is when you see Luke, the hint of Luke being just that much stronger than his father.
I love it.
Even in a Vader suit, Luke was beating the crap out of this guy, beating him down into the ground. Nobody beats Vader into the ground.
No. And
But Luke did.
And that score, as it the score slowly swells up. It's great. It's really good. I do,
great.
but just, gosh, the freaking Ewoks. Okay, let's move on.
Move on.
So number 2, this may shock some of you guys,
This
but number 2 for us is Rogue One.
Rogue One. I gotta say, we gotta do a couple of good things. I can't do just one good and one bad.
Right. No.
Okay, there's too many good things in this. First of all, a Star Wars war movie. Hold on a sec.
So good.
I didn't know it's what I needed.
Right.
Until I watched the movie.
Like a war on land and in space.
In space.
How
in space.
How dope is that?
Oh my god.
I mean, Return of the Jedi did it too.
And it shows a much,
but not good.
Right. But it shows a much edgier side of the rebellion when Cassian Andor straight up killed the guy that gave him information
At the
in the
very
beginning
of the movie.
That's when you sets the tone.
I love that.
I love that this movie has one clear and concise tone throughout the entire film. I love how it's just a gritty Star Wars movie.
Right. I loved how they portrayed the rebellion. Well,
absolutely.
I loved how they showed us that the rebellion isn't all goody. You know, they gotta do stuff too.
They gotta do some stuff.
Right.
I mean, they've gotta do some pretty dirty stuff.
What I loved is how connected that they made us to the characters so fast.
Seriously.
In one movie, as they were all dying, I was like, no. And it was terrible. Right. And I don't think I've ever been invested with a Star Wars character, with Star Wars characters, that quick.
Exactly.
That quick.
I mean, Luke is one thing, but you really start to feel for him around like the 5th movie.
Yeah.
But damn, one film
Right.
where this is a one-off movie.
Mm-hmm.
You have to drive these characters home in this one film because this is how you get the Death Star plans, dog.
Right.
This is
man.
this is the one-shot film.
Future.
Seriously.
This is the future.
And they pulled it off.
Yeah.
What I don't get is why they didn't pull it off with all the other movies before this. But anyway, just at least not the films before this, but the new Star Wars trilogy, the sequel trilogy.
Yeah.
It's horrible. But
Anyways.
I love Jyn Erso.
Me too.
I love her character so
too,
much.
dude.
She is a rebel girl. She there's no like feminism attached to any of this at all. She's just a strong female character.
Yeah. And
She's
you
strong
really-
in her own right. She's been through a lot.
For sure.
And the female who plays her, you can tell she acts like she's got this weight that she's been carrying around about her dad, about her mom, about running away, about Saul Guerrero.
Definitely.
There's just, you can tell she's been through a lot. Yeah, yes,
sure.
this movie's a bit thicker in terms of like exposition and just the overall feel for the movie. It's not exactly an easy movie to sit through
Right.
because of just the story points that make the movie progress. They're kind of difficult.
Exactly. Yeah.
Got a lot of sneaking, a lot of actual like straight up murder going on. I mean, there's a lot of senseless shooting in like all the other films, but this one's like
Precise.
boom in
Yeah.
your face. Like
Right.
I'm gonna kill this guy.
And should we talk about that Vader scene?
Oh, dude, I think it's just implied at this point.
Should we talk about the best scene in Star Wars?
The best scene in all of Star
All
Wars,
of Star Wars?
easily.
Easily. Don't. Okay. Well, actually, whatever. Easily.
Mhm.
Easily. The thing is, I was thinking about it, and like that was the first time those rebels
Mhm.
had ever seen a lightsaber. Like
True.
probably.
Maybe they've heard like rumors and
Like legends
and
or
stuff.
anything, but they've never actually been like
Been on the other end of a lightsaber before.
When Vader ignites his lightsaber and they turn and you see that shot of the rebel trooper, and he's just terrified.
Absolutely
dude.
terrified.
He's like, oh my gosh.
It's
this
like a
is-
horror film. It's like a
Right?
horror short film.
And the score, the music is amazing. Oh my gosh, dude. The way he lifts up the dude on the freaking ceiling and then cuts him in half. Gosh, it's just so good.
Dude,
and
I
I
can't even.
actually went on YouTube and I played it in in slow, like in 0.25 speed or whatever, so it was really slow. Vader blocked every freaking blaster shot.
Are you serious?
Every one. He
Every
blocked
single one?
every single one. And that's just what I love. It's like it wasn't lazy at all with the it was it's just so good.
They just knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
You could tell that the movie was made by people who love Star Wars.
Definitely.
Which I guess didn't carry on to the other films. Because from what I remember, this movie came out just after the 7th one, didn't it?
Yeah.
It's like right after the 7th one, right before the
Like
8th one.
2016.
Yeah.
So
And
it was great, man.
yeah, just there's so much love. You can tell. There's so much. This movie was made by Star Wars fans,
For sure.
and you can totally tell.
And also, you after you go see Rogue One, you can go home, pop into New Hope, and it just
Boom.
takes right
And you know
afterwards.
what? That's what makes A New Hope that much easier for me to watch. If I'm being honest, if I watch the ending of Rogue One and then watch the beginning of A New Hope, I'm like, damn, I am in for one hell of a ride right now.
Yeah.
And then it's like a Kickstarter that I needed for episode 4.
Gotcha.
So
That
'cause
makes
episode
sense.
4 was like really slow. Boom, put that scene in. Then episode 4, I'm in it.
That makes
I'm in
sense.
it I'm in it to the end at that point.
Right. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's my view on it.
The one complaint I could see was probably CGI Leia and CGI Tarkin.
Dude, I watched. Okay, so I
No, I know.
I went back and I watched the Leia CGI.
They're not bad, but if I had to pick a dislike, like
Yeah.
if I had to, with this flawless, okay, maybe not flawless, but extremely amazing movie, if I had to pick something, it'd probably be that.
You
And
know,
I'm not saying like that's why that's like a dislike. I'm just saying like that's
yeah,
like,
that's just one nitpick.
right.
Which, excuse me, I have to agree. General Tarkin CGI out of the two of them, though, were the worst. when Tarkin turns around and it's just like the actual shot, his reflection shot looked real as freaking crap. I'm trying not to swear. Looked real as hail, okay? And, yeah, because YouTube will probably, I don't need YouTube making this restricted on us. So I have to, like, just watch my swearing. Anyway, Grand Moff Tarkin was just good at the reflection, but when he turned around, it was like...
I was okay with Tarkin. I was not okay with Leia. Leia looked pretty bad.
Did you really think Leia looked bad?
I did.
Maybe it's just like my eyes. I need I need glasses to like see.
I think she looked worse than Tarkin.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's opposite. But that reflection scene, that dialogue when he's talking through the reflection, I thought was damn near as human as you can get.
I thought it was great
for CGI, and you can tell they put a lot of time and effort bringing back Grand Moff Tarkin.
Definitely.
And Leia.
Definitely. All right, man. Here we go. Number one.
Number one. Should we even tell them? I think it's already implied what number one is at this point.
Obviously, Empire Strikes Back.
Empire Strikes Back.
It's a perfect movie.
It's a perfect movie. I can safely say it's a flawless film.
It's a flawless movie.
I mean, from beginning to end, Hoth, fucking, sorry, asteroids, dude.
There's no
man.
dislikes. There's no dislikes. The
lightsaber duel in that one is better
favorite.
than Episode 6's.
It's my favorite.
It's better. I'm sorry. I take back what I said about Episode 6. The more I think about Episode 5, the more I realize how great it was.
Yeah.
But that I think that lightsaber fight was just as, if not a little bit more emotional than Episode 6.
Yeah, I would have to agree.
Because this is before Luke. Sorry, Anakin. This is before Luke finds out that Vader's his dad.
Mm-hmm.
And so he views him as a Sith Lord that he has to just get rid of.
Yep.
He needs to just be there to protect his friends.
Dude, how can you not relate to that?
Seriously, how many times have your friends been like hurt or abused by somebody? You're just like, you know what? If I could, I'm gonna go over there right now and beat the crap out of Seth or whoever person that was that hurt you.
Right.
But this is like the evilest person in the galaxy. Mm-hmm. This is like Space Hitler. Okay.
Right.
For real.
This was the first time in a movie I remember. This was the first time that I was legit scared for a main character. Like,
right.
Like, dude, like, what are you doing? You're gonna die.
Because I watched this movie. I first watched this movie when I was 6 years old with my dad, and we sat down and we watched this movie together at our house. It was just me and him, and my dad loves Star Wars. So he knew to start me out with the best one, Episode 5.
Right.
So that's actually probably why I like Episode 5 more than anyone else. That's probably like I have the most deep-rooted emotions with that movie. But I remember at 6 years old, I felt peril for a movie.
Right?
For a film. I'm 6.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be able to grasp what tragedy or trauma is.
Right?
And I actually felt that as a little kid.
It's amazing.
I probably my developed emotions were like overly done or something. I don't know, but man,
the emotional aspect of this movie. You love Yoda, man.
You absolutely love Yoda. That's an example of a character who can be who can be quirky but not annoying.
Right.
Jar Jar Binks is a person who is quirky but is annoying.
Yeah. And you can see it switch like from Yoda, like annoying little alien, to Jedi Master. You can see that because he's testing Luke's patience.
Right.
And obviously Luke is failing, and he's like, can we see Yoda now? Like, yeah. Like, Ben, tell him I'm ready. Okay. Okay, but you can see it when as soon as he's like, the boy has no patience. Like,
he will learn patience.
At that moment, that's when Yoda turned from just trying to annoy Luke, which he did, to Jedi Master.
Right.
You could see it, and it was just
What's crazy? What's crazy? He didn't actually speak in the Yoda speak that he usually talks. Like, the boy has no patience.
Mm-hmm.
Not patience the boy does not have. Or whatever.
Oh, you're right.
He speaks straight up normally.
Oh, that's true. I didn't know that.
So
I've never thought about that.
you got to think about it. When he's serious, I feel like when he's like straight up being serious, he talks normal.
He talks in proper sentences.
Yeah. Like he's being stern.
Right. And we love the training scene, man.
Oh, yeah. See, that's a training scene.
That's a training
scene.
More than just 5 minutes.
If episode 8 and 9 can learn anything about training scenes, episode 8 and 9 did 2 movies with training scenes in them.
And they were both like 2 minutes long.
They're both like 2 minutes long. Mm-hmm. This movie did 1 training scene out of the entire series.
Right.
And it works.
Yeah.
It works.
Yeah.
Luke is at the Dagobah system for 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
You know this.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
And it shows.
It shows.
3 months of learning from the Grand Master Jedi.
Yep. And
Grand Master Jedi.
What I love about it is that he fails every trial.
Mm-hmm.
But he still goes and tries to save his friends.
Right.
Against
all odds.
Hitler.
Against all odds, against Space Hitler.
Right.
Right.
And
Man.
what I also loved Han and Leia. Of course, who doesn't love Han and Leia?
Their chemistry is so.
And then boom,
so perfect.
You get introduced to freaking Lando Calrissian.
Can we talk about that introduction? Well, what have we here? Oh my gosh, the swaggiest man to swag on. So, where were we before we were really interrupted?
Lando Cal freaking Rizian.
Swaggy swag man, never
Like,
swag.
you got Han Solo, you got the smuggler Bad A. Now you got 2 of them. Like what?
Dude, I feel like Han Solo is like the rugged version of Lando Calrissian.
Yes, man.
Lando's like more fancy and like fancy clothes, linens, and all that crap. And Han Solo's like, I'll wear this jacket for 6 movies.
Yeah.
I swear, same stuff
It's
all
true.
the time.
It's true. But yeah, we love Lando, and then Boba Fett, man.
Dude, introduction to one of the best characters in all of Star Wars.
And he doesn't say he's 3 lines, right? 3 lines.
It's like put him in the cargo hold.
Put him in the cargo hold. He's no good to me dead.
He's no good to me dead.
And as you wish.
No, I don't think so. I think he only has 2 lines.
Might be it, man. Anyways,
yeah.
When you can grasp an audience with just 2 or 3 lines, that's when you know you've succeeded.
Bro, tell me if you knew this already, but when Luke first arrives onto Bespin, right, and he's walking through the hallways, and he comes across Fett carrying Han through the thing. Right. You see how he turns his head in that hallway? Mm-hmm. It's because he saw Luke there.
Right.
That's why when Luke went to go turn the corner, Boba came out from the corner and boom, shot him.
Yep, he knew he was there.
Because he turned his head and he knew that he was there. Mm-hmm. Saw him.
Gosh, man, I love Boba Fett so much.
What subtle acting, subtle cinematography, the direction of this movie was amazing.
Amazing. Irvin Kershner, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Man. Yeah. He also co-wrote Force Awakens.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So,
I did not know that.
Yeah, I think that was the last movie he ever co-wrote with, and then he just stopped doing it.
Oh, wow.
I'm not entirely sure if he did that or if he passed away. But, yeah. We might have to wrap this up.
We might have to.
So, episode 5, number 1 movie for us?
Of course. Yeah, number 1.
All right. Well, let's cut off right there.
All right, folks. Well, this was our ranking for our top 11 Star Wars movies, and hope you enjoyed. And let us know what you think in the comments.
Right.
So.
Yep. And we'll get back to you later. Right. This is Kyle.
This is Jake.
And we'll see you next time.